So the Panthers season is pretty much mailed in and it's pretty much over with, but this is a time to get some young guys involved and give them a chance to put some things on tape, get some quality experience that can help them going forward as we continue to build this young team and hopefully get some experience. One player that we needed to pay attention to was Brady Christensen because we know we've had a swinging door at left tackle. We've had a new starter every season at the left tackle position for the Panthers since 2013. That's even depressing to say, dog, because we've constantly had an issue on the blind side. And I know we still have PTSD from our tackles getting exposed in the Super Bowl, and we still have yet to address that position. But with Cam Irving stinking it up most of the year, ended up getting hurt, Brady Christensen got the start, and I think pretty much people were scared that this might be a disaster because he was going against one of the best pass rushers in the league in Shaq Barrett. But from looking at the tape, he pretty much held his own. So in this video, we're going to go into the film room to break down Brady Christensen's clips and a couple of plays that pretty much stuck out to me. I got a whole slew of clips, so make sure you guys bear with me. And I got to show you the highs and the lows because he wasn't perfect, but he definitely looks serviceable, and it looks like something we can build upon for him to possibly be a potential left tackle for the future. Worst case scenario, we know what we got, and we know there's an opportunity to upgrade in the draft, or do we just stick with Brady and address other positions on the offensive line? But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Start off every video by saying, "What up, dude?" And on here on Necessary Bluntness, I give recap and analysis of the NFL. Show a little extra love to the Carolina Panthers. So if you want to see videos about the NFL, podcasts, live streams, more film breakdowns just like this, and about the Panthers, hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell icon that says all, because all is going to make sure you get a notification every time I drop a video, because you don't want to miss anything, because I'm dropping these things like hotcakes with the offseason coming up soon for the Panthers. I'm going to be churning out a lot of college tape and different draft models and mock drafts and stuff like that, just breaking down some of the team needs and some reflection. So make sure you guys are subscribed and hit the bell icon. Also, give that video a thumbs up. You guys know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up because it really helps my video out in the algorithm. It shows YouTube that you are engaging with the video and it is a video that you guys like. And, I mean, it doesn't cost you a thing. So, appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up. But, hey, down below in the comments, let me know, do you think Brady Christensen, do you think he has a chance to possibly be our mainstay at left tackle? Let me know what you think right now. And once you watch all these clips, let me know at the end of the video also. Leave a comment and say, if your mind changed, do you think no, that he's not the potential guy? Do you think he has a potential that we should go with him and we should count on him going forward next year? Let me know down below in the comments how you feel right now. And then after the video, let me know how you feel then. So we know that Brady Christensen's position of choice is probably left tackle because he played that his whole life. Played it in college. He said he didn't really play guard until he got to the NFL. He said he expected to possibly be switched to guard, but he didn't really do it until he got to Carolina. However, putting him at left tackle just seemed to be such a hesitancy for Matt Rhule. Nobody knew why. In this game against the Bucs, one of the best pass rushers and defenses in the league since confusing zone blitzes with Todd Bowles, he was the second highest graded offensive lineman according to PFF. And shout out to Rashad from Panthers Nation Podcast for the graphic. As you can see across the offensive line right here, Brady Christensen was in the green. I mean, 60-something, this is high 60s is very respectable, especially for a rookie that, I mean, it may be a little bit impartial to because PFF graded him as the highest graded offensive lineman ever. But nevertheless, from what I see on film, he looked pretty serviceable and definitely better than Cam Irving from a fundamental standpoint. Now, Brady Christensen's strength are his quick feet, his quick set off the line. Like, he gets off the ball very quick, so he doesn't get beat from the snap just like that. But he does have those short arms that what Matt Rhule says is a factor at some point. But I don't think it should be any detriment to give him a chance, at least a chance to show what he can do. So I'm going to show you where those long and short arms, come into play in these clips. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this first play, Brady Christensen is going to be here at left tackle now. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not some supreme offensive line technician. I played running back in the day, so I know a little bit about blocking and how some of the linemen's assignments work and how running plays and pass plays are supposed to work. But all the little intricacies, I'm not really too much on game on it, so I'm not going to go that deep into it. But I know good play when I see it when it comes to the offensive line. So Brady's going to be right here lined up against Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett's going to be coming from that wide 9 standing up position, and Shaq Barrett's going to try to do a two-hand swipe of of Brady Christensen, but Brady does a good job of shooting his hands late, being able to keep his hands on Shaq without getting those hands swiped away, and pretty much solid protection to get a win right here. So let's play it. Watch how fast Brady gets out that stance. He's patient with those feet, neutralizes Barrett. Let's go ahead and watch it again. Watch. Look at those little baby steps that he takes. Look at those baby steps. That's good. He keeps a wide, balanced base. He is quick feet getting back. He's squared up. Look at him right here. Ready. He hasn't shot his hands yet. Shaq's trying to look. He's got his hands on the outside of Brady's. Brady has him in. He's going to try to swipe him. Look, he's trying to swipe those hands away and get that rip underneath, but Brady stays on him. Pretty much neutralizes Barrett. Good job by Brady Christensen there, neutralizing Shaq Barrett right there from that hand swipe bull rush. Now, I told you guys that Shaq Barrett is one of the premier pass rushers. He's a double-digit sack guy in the past couple seasons. He has a slew of moves. He uses a lot of speed, but he also uses power and leverage at the same time and a little bit of finesse. Right here, he's going to try a speed rush. He's going to try to dip on Brady Christensen to get underneath his hands at the last second, a move that Von Miller or Brian Burns do a lot because they beat these tackles with speed. But Brady's going to do a good job of neutralizing that by Shaq Barrett. So watch it here. Brady's up out of that stance. He's balanced. He tries to dip, but he neutralizes him. Yes, it's sack giving up, but it's not because of Brady Christensen. Let's go ahead and watch it one more time. Look how fast Brady's up. He's up and square already. Other guys are still kind of standing up out of their stance. Brady's up and square. Look at those feet. He's trying to stay balanced and play the inside, but Barrett tries to dip, gets those hands on top of him, and rides him while he comes up on the dip. Pretty much neutralized. Good job by Brady right there, man. Now, here's another play that the Bucs love to do. They bring in an overload blitz. And I've showed you last week in the struggles of the offense of what goes on and how simple stunts and twists and extra blitzes typically get us. So I'm not exactly sure what the blocking assignment here is. Maybe that extra free rusher is the quarterback's guy, meaning that he has to get rid of the ball because one guy's going to come free. But we definitely have 5 offensive linemen left in the block with 5 blitzers. I don't know what happens, but it seems like Brady Christensen is pretty smart and knows what he's doing here. There is going to be a guy that comes off the edge outside of Barrett, but Brady does a good job of getting Barrett as Barrett tries to come inside because what the aim of the blitz is, Barrett wants to come inside to make this edge shorter for the outside rusher to come. If Barrett comes all the way out here and this guy's assignment is to rush around him, it'll never work. So Brady's going to have to defend this inside and try to keep Shaq Barrett from going inside what he wants to do. Brady sits, takes balance, and look, he takes pretty good. His hands are outside. Look, those hands are outside. He's hugging them, got one hand around the neck, but it's pretty much illegal, but he got away with it. He got away with it, which is cool. And he stayed on to the end. Let's go back one more time and watch that. One of Brady's weaknesses is getting those feet set when a guy counters to come inside, but he does a good job of moving his feet laterally and neutralizing Barrett. He does get him on the outside, like I said. They didn't call holding, even though he hugged him up, because I guess they got a sack anyway. But I like to see his feet move right there. We can live with the hands for now, but good feet movement and getting those feet repositioned inside and sliding back inside is a good sign for me. So I talked about how sometimes Brady has trouble oversetting and giving the lineman the inside. He has a hard time recovering to get back inside. So this is what's going to happen right here. Barrett's going to set him up with the outside move and come back right inside. Brady oversets and gets off balance, and he tries to catch up to Barrett. Gets knocked right off his feet. Not a terrible job because, I mean, he didn't completely just whiff. But look how far he jumped outside, and already Barrett has the inside. He tries to grab him and get him, but Barrett just gets rid of him pretty easy because Brady got off balance trying to overset. When he tries to recover, sometimes that footwork can get a little bit, look, his feet are crossed over. When your feet get crossed over as the offensive lineman, look, there's Brady's one foot, here's the other. If your feet get crossed over as the offensive lineman, you're going to fall. And that's exactly what happened. You got to keep that wide base, keep those feet apart. That didn't happen there. I talked about those issues Brady has of oversetting and getting recovered on the inside. That's a textbook example right there. Here's another example. This is not Shaq Barrett, but this is Nelson, a bigger defensive lineman that has a lot more power and size than Shaq Barrett. And this time he's going to bull rush Brady Christensen. And what I'm going to tell you sometimes about Brady's feet, like I said, they get crossed over. He gets knocked off balance. This here, he just lets the defensive lineman get the best of him here and gets his hands on him first, and he pushes him back. This is where I think those long arms and short arms may come to hurt Brady. Now, Brady hasn't shot his arms yet, but look at his defensive lineman. He's already had full extension. He's going to put that right arm in Brady's chest. Brady's off balance. Look, those feet are about to cross over. Like I told you, they don't have a wide base like you see some of these other offensive linemen have. You see them crossed over, and Brady gets thrown to the ground. Doesn't give up the sack, but he gets beat pretty bad on that bull rush. Let's watch it one more time. Side sets up. The guy has his hands on Brady. Brady tries to shoot his hands, but the guy gets into Brady, gets him off balance because of those feet crossed over, knocks him to the ground. Brady is very fundamentally sound, but sometimes those feet get crossed over and knocks him off balance, and he looks pretty bad there. But he'll get better with more strength training and a little bit better technique on that. But he has pretty good technician, in my opinion, overall, but he needs to work on that strength. These last few clips, I want to show you Brady Christensen and the run game. Now here, we didn't run the ball a ton of times with the running back in particular, but we ran a lot of quarterback runs. And this side, this is the biggest run of the game that happened for Cam. It's going to be a QB power left. You're going to get 2 linemen pulling, including the tight end right here to pull through. I think John Milner comes through and leads. Brady Christensen's going to have to down block to create a hole. Ian Thomas is going to kick open, and Cam's going to run all the way through there. And Brady Christensen does a good job. It's not anything pretty. He doesn't move anybody, but he definitely gets in position and prevents this guy. Look, he's got this guy outside leverage. He's going to turn him. Look at those hips. He's got his hips facing the right way. Look, here comes the convoy to lead for Cam. Makes a clean hole. Cam gets through clean. Equals a big play. You'll get a good, better view of it from the other angle. And so Brady's the way it's gonna work down here. He's gonna kick out this guy to create a hole. You're gonna hopefully get this guy influenced outside, but Brady's gonna go down and make sure this guy that's gonna come here. Miller's gonna come through here and lead up, and Tommy Tremble is gonna come here for the lead also. Brady's off the ball pretty quick. Look, he's made contact. He's already in good position. What's going to happen is Ian Thomas is going to let this guy go to try to influence him to stay outside. Miller's going to kick him out. Tremble's going to come in the hole. Cam's going to follow Tremble. But look at Brady. Brady does a good job. Look at those hips. You want to get that butt to that sideline. That way this guy can't go through you to get there. And Brady does a good job just getting in position. Look, he's leaning his head back a little bit because this guy is big. But he's doing a good job getting in position, creates the hole. Miller's the kick out. Tremble leads up in there for White. On White. Boom. That's pretty football right there. Look at that alley. You got a seal here, seal here. You got an alley, like Mel Hodge used to say. And Cam is off to the races. Good job right there by Brady, Miller, and Tremble on that play. And here's a quarterback sweep. Now, Brady, doesn't really have ideal athleticism. He's a decent athlete because of his feet, but he's not the best athlete when it comes to the left tackle position. And this is going to be on display right here when he has a chance on the QB sweep. We're going to run Cam outside. He's going to pull, and I think the center is going to pull Tecklenburg, and they're going to have a chance to be on some DBs and knock some DBs out. This is a lineman's dream. But Brady Christensen, not a great athlete, and he's going to kind of pretty much whiff on this. So watch. Boom. Him and, Michael Jordan, they're the ones that pull. And it looks like it's going to set up pretty good. You got 3 blockers in front with 3 of these 3 defenders. Brady's going to get this guy. This is going to lead in on Tremble for the lineman. And Jordan's going to come up to the safety, one of the 2. But they'll figure out. The numbers and the math work. You got 3 guys in a ball carrier versus 3 defenders. Brady whiffs on Jordan Whitehead, and Whitehead makes the tackle on Cam. I know Whitehead had a great day, and it was like Palomalu out there, but Brady's got to take advantage of this and turn this guy into a pancake. And as you can see it developing, Brady whiffs. Doesn't make the block, and that's the key block, the guy that made the play. Brady's disappointed. Let's watch it one more time. If he makes that block, how far does Cam go? How far does Cam go? Look, how far does Cam go? Does he need to cut him? What does he need to do? Whitehead whiff, makes a whiff, makes the play on Cam. What a play by Whitehead. But need a better block by Brady on that play. As you can see, Brady Christensen did more than held his own against Shaq Barrett while Shaq Barrett was in the game, and even the backups. Yes, there's some fine-tuning that needs to be done because he is a little light in the pants at 300 pounds, but Matt Rhule talked about the strength that needed to be added. I think he has good upper body strength, but I think if he can add a couple more pounds to the lower body to help anchor himself a little bit more against those bull rushers that try to get into him, I think he could be a lot better because those bull rushers, since he has those shorter arms, they're going to try to do that. They're going to try to make sure that. And so Brady Christensen will need that length to keep those guys off of them and keep his hands at bay. But I still think that this is definitely something to build upon. I think a full offseason with Brady Christensen playing left tackle and fine-tuning his skills, I just don't see that the reason why he shouldn't get a chance to be the guy going into next year. If not, draft somebody to compete with him. But it's definitely not Cam Irving, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything to prevent Brady Christensen from being that guy, at least the #1 guy for the rest of these games, just so we can see what else he can do to build up of this performance that he had. But you guys let me know down below in the comments, how do you feel about Brady Christensen after watching these clips? Do you feel a lot more encouraged because of these clips, or do you still want to see a little bit more because there weren't a lot of opportunities in the run game to see what he can do? But let me know down below in the comments. But make sure you guys are subscribed because I'm keeping doing these videos and you want to stay up to date. Hit the bell icon. Without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off. I'll see you next time. Peace.